My friends, after October, many seniors in America could lose their retirement money if they don't act. And I don't mean decades from now. I mean immediately after October. This is not fear. This is reality. Stay with me because by the end of this message, I will tell you exactly why this could happen, what it means for you, and how you can protect yourself. But let me warn you, if you skip a single thing I will share today, you will not understand the full picture. Everything is connected. Every word matters. So listen closely. You worked your whole life. You sacrificed. You built. You raised families. You paid your taxes. You saved your money. And now, when you should be resting, enjoying your grandkids, traveling, or simply having peace of mind, you are facing a threat that no one is talking about. Have you noticed how quickly things are shifting? Banks closing locations. Inflation eating away at your dollar. Uncertainty shaking the stock market. Policies changing overnight. Ask yourself this: if something were to suddenly happen to the value of your retirement account, would you be ready? Would you know what to do? Before I continue, I want to ask you an important question. Where are you listening from right now? Drop the name of your city in the comments, because this is not just about one state or one community. This message affects every American senior and seniors across the world. And while you're at it, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the bell notification icon so you never miss any of my messages here. I will tell you why seniors could lose their retirement money after October. I will give you 6 specific steps you can take, steps that are not the usual recycled advice you hear every day. And the most important step, the one that could save you the most, I will give you at the very end. This message is urgent. It's important, and no one else is telling you about it. So don't go anywhere. Here's the truth. Retirement money is not as safe as people think. It looks safe on paper, but under the surface, there are hidden cracks. Most people never see them until it's too late. Think of it like a bridge. You walk across it every day, trusting it will hold you. But what if the beams underneath are rusting? What if the foundation is weak? One storm, one sudden weight, and the whole thing collapses. Your retirement is that bridge, and the storm could begin after October. Let me give you the first preparation right now. If you truly want to protect yourself, you must begin by tracking your daily actions with precision. That's why I recommend you start using what I call the 31-day daily high-impact planner. This isn't about filling out paper for the sake of it. It's about training your mind, building your discipline, and creating daily awareness of your money, your health, and your time. Because when the storm hits, those who are organized, aware, and disciplined are the ones who survive. Think about it. Would you want to face what's coming unprepared, or with a clear daily plan in your hands? Now, let's begin with the first tip you need to know. The very first way seniors could lose their retirement money after October is through hidden fees and silent drains. Here's what most people don't realize. Banks and investment accounts often bury charges in fine print. These look tiny, a 10 here, well, 30 there. But over time, they bleed your savings dry. And in times of financial pressure, institutions raise those fees quietly, without headlines, without warning. After October, many companies will adjust policies. Some will add maintenance costs. Some will raise interest charges. Others will quietly change the rules of withdrawal. And seniors, especially those not reading every line, will be the first to lose. So, here's your action. Go through your statements line by line. Find the small leaks before they sink your ship. Do not wait until November. By then, it may be too late. But listen carefully. Hidden fees are just the surface. The deeper danger is something far larger. Something connected to national and global changes that very few people are even noticing. And that is where we are heading next. Do not miss this, because what I will share with you next could be the difference between peace of mind and panic. So let me give you a question to reflect on, and I want you to answer in the comments below. When was the last time you carefully checked every dollar going in and out of your account? Most people will say it's been months. Some will say years. And that's exactly why so many seniors are at risk. Stay with me, because the next insight will reveal something bigger, something tied not just to fees, but to a pattern that is emerging across America. Do not skip everything I will say connects. And by the end, you will understand why after October seniors could lose their retirement money if they don't act. Let me tell you something very few people will dare to say out loud. The real danger is not only in the money you see on paper. It's in what is happening behind the scenes. Patterns and shifts you are never warned about. And seniors, you will be the first to feel it. This is why I keep insisting, stay with me. Don't skip, because the deeper we go, the clearer the truth becomes. Have you noticed lately how news cycles distract you with noise, politics, celebrity headlines, Short-lived stories, yet almost no one talks about the sudden closures of long-standing businesses, the quiet layoffs in industries once considered safe, or the policies being drafted that will directly affect retirement accounts. Why do you think that is? It's because if seniors truly knew how vulnerable their savings were, there would be outrage in every city across America. Drop a comment below. Do you believe the media hides the most important financial information from the public? Just type yes if you agree or no if you think they're telling us everything. I want to see what you believe because your answer will show just how aware we are as a community about what's really happening. Now, here's the truth no one is telling you. After October, financial adjustments will ripple across the system. Hidden clauses in retirement policies, sudden rule changes, and market rebalancing will quietly rewrite what you thought was guaranteed. Imagine a chess game. While you are watching the queen move, someone shifts the pawns behind the curtain. By the time you notice, the board has already been rearranged. This is what's happening with retirement money, and those who are asleep will pay the price. The second way to protect your retirement money, and I want you to hear this carefully, is to diversify outside the obvious. Most seniors keep their savings locked into one or two vehicles, like traditional retirement accounts or a single investment fund. It feels safe, it feels simple, but it's dangerous. Why? Because when one pillar shakes, your entire house shakes with it. Here's a story. I recently heard about a retired school teacher in Ohio. She had her entire nest egg in one retirement account tied heavily to a single sector. On paper, it looked safe. But when that sector suffered sudden losses, she lost over 40% of her money in weeks. She told me it felt like watching half her life's work vanish. What broke her heart most was not the numbers. It was the sense of betrayal. She had trusted the system. This is why you must not keep all your weight on one leg. Spread it across different foundations, some traditional, some unconventional, some tangible. Now I am not telling you to gamble. I am saying be wise, be balanced, and build multiple lines of defense. Because after October, one domino will fall. And if all your hope is standing on that domino, you will fall with it. Think about it. How many income streams do you really have? 1, 2. Be honest, because when you put it into words, you will see the truth in front of you. And remember, acknowledging your vulnerability is the first step to securing your future. This is why the 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier is so important. It is not just about planning your day. It is about seeing the gaps. When you write down every stream of income, every bill, every expense, you expose the areas where you are weak. You discover if you are standing on one leg or if you've built multiple supports. And let me ask you, would you rather find those weak points today, while you still have time to fix them, or after October, when the cracks have already split open? But I need you to understand something. Diversifying is not the final answer. It is only one shield in a much larger battle, because the real storm is not about fees or even diversification. It is about a structural shift that is already underway, a shift designed to catch seniors off guard. And this shift is not random. It follows a pattern that very few people are paying attention to. Yet the signs are everywhere, signs I will show you in the next step. So, here's what I want you to do right now. Comment where you really stand in the situation. And if you know deep down you're standing on one shaky leg, let this be the moment you decide to build your second. Because if you don't act now, October will act for you. Stay with me, because the next truth I will share is not just about money. It's about a hidden structure that is quietly reshaping the financial lives of seniors across America. And once you see it, you will never look at your retirement money the same way again. Let me ask you a question that may sound simple, but carries the weight of your entire future. If tomorrow morning access to your retirement account was temporarily frozen, how long could you go without panicking? I ask because this very scenario has quietly happened in multiple communities across America. Ordinary people waking up and discovering that withdrawals were delayed, rules had shifted, or new restrictions had been added. And the truth, seniors are always hit first. Why? Because seniors rely most on their accounts for daily living. That dependency makes you vulnerable. Here's the hidden truth no one wants you to see. Our financial system is structured in a way that prioritizes institutions, not individuals. When adjustments are made, they are made to protect the system, not your retirement. Think about it. When banks suffer losses, who pays the price first? When policies tighten, who feels it immediately? When inflation rises, whose fixed incomes are squeezed the hardest? Always the seniors. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel the system is designed to protect you or itself? Write protects me if you believe it serves you, or protects itself if you believe otherwise. Let's see how many of us are truly awake to this pattern. I recall hearing about a retired couple in Arizona. They lived carefully, never extravagant, always responsible. Then one autumn morning, they tried to make a withdrawal from their retirement account, only to be told there was a temporary restriction for policy updates. The update lasted 10 days. 10 days without access to their own money. Do you know how powerless they felt? The husband told me it felt like being a guest in a house he built with his own hands, suddenly told he couldn't walk into the kitchen. That is the structure we're in, and unless you prepare differently, you will face it too. This brings me to the third way to protect your retirement money. Build a liquidity buffer. Now, listen carefully because this is not what most financial advisors will tell you. They often encourage you to lock as much as possible into long-term vehicles. But after October, that can become dangerous. Why? Because if sudden restrictions, freezes, or delays occur, you need immediate access to a portion of your funds outside the slow lock systems. This buffer is not about hoarding cash. It is about ensuring that when systems adjust, you can still live, still breathe, still provide for yourself and your loved ones without fear. Think of it as a lifeboat. When the ship faces a storm, you pray you never need the lifeboat. But when you do, you'll thank God you have it. Let me ask you, how many months could you comfortably live if access to your main retirement account was delayed? Comment below. 1 month, 2 months, or more than 3. Be honest and don't be ashamed of your answer. Most seniors, if they're honest, will say 1 month or less. That's why this liquidity buffer matters. And this is where the 31-day daily high-impact planner comes in again, because building a buffer isn't about one big move. It's about daily decisions. It's about tracking every dollar you can free up, seeing patterns in your spending, and slowly carving out that emergency cushion. Without a tool to track and discipline yourself, this preparation slips away. But with it, you can look back over 31 days and see exactly how much you've built toward that buffer. Would you rather face October with an empty lifeboat or with one fully ready? Now, let me give you a glimpse of what lies ahead. The liquidity issue is only one side of the coin. The other side is far more dangerous. The increasing control over where and how you can use your money. Think about digital payments, new regulations, even subtle restrictions already being tested. These patterns are not accidents. They are signals, and if you don't see them, you will be caught off guard when they are expanded after October. So pause and reflect. Do you currently have a liquidity buffer, or are you trusting that the system will always let you in when you knock on the door? Comment below with one of these. Yes, buffer if you already have something in place, or need buffer if you know you must start now. And don't feel embarrassed if you type need buffer. That honesty may save your life, because what comes next will show you a deeper truth. One that reveals not just the cracks in the system, but the deliberate reshaping of financial freedom in America. And once you see that, you will understand why no senior can afford to ignore this message. Stay close, because what I reveal next is even more urgent, and it connects directly to the storm waiting after October. Have you noticed how every headline talks about inflation, but almost no one explains what it really does to retirement money? They talk about numbers, but they never tell you what's quietly happening behind the numbers. Here's the truth no one says out loud. Your retirement account doesn't have to be taken for you to lose it. It can vanish while still sitting in your account through what I call silent erosion. Silent erosion happens when policies, fees, inflation, and hidden charges steadily eat away at your savings without you noticing. Your money stays in your account, but its power shrinks every single day. It's like holding a beautiful ice sculpture in your hands. It looks solid, but it's melting. And after October, this erosion may speed up quietly without an announcement. Think about this. If your 100 today only buys a 60 worth of goods in 5 years, did someone take your money? No. But is it gone? Yes. Now ask yourself, have you seen your statements lately? Have you calculated the real value, not just the number? Drop your answer in the comments with one of these. I check it often if you regularly check your real purchasing power. I'm not sure if you've never calculated it before. This is a safe place. No one is judging you. We're building awareness together. This is where the fourth tip comes in. Protect part of your retirement money into assets or positions that hold their value even when cash weakens. Most people are told stay put, don't touch anything. Just ride it out. But that advice works for 30-year-olds, not for seniors relying on their funds. Now, after October, as new rules and price shifts roll out, the ability to pivot into safer value-holding areas will separate those who keep their independence from those who lose it. This doesn't mean risky speculation. It means preparing a value anchor, an allocation you can rely on even if the dollar's buying power slides. Think of it as placing a rock in a raging stream. No matter how fast the water runs, you've got something steady to hold on to. You've heard about diversification before, but this isn't about spreading risk the way everyone tells you. It's about deliberately shielding a portion of your funds from the erosion effect that accelerates after big policy shifts. That's why this message found you now. Because for most seniors, after October may be too late to reposition. Drop a quick comment with one of these if this is clicking for you. I see it now. If this hidden erosion finally makes sense, need to anchor. If you know you must set up a value anchor quickly, reading your answers also helps others here realize they're not alone. We're a community protecting each other. I know a widowed teacher in Pennsylvania who thought she was safe. Her retirement statements showed a steady balance, but when she went to buy her usual groceries this summer, she found herself $150 short. Not because she spent more, but because the value of her fixed income had been eaten away. She told me, "I thought my account was solid, but it's like the floor was moving while I stood still." This is why this fourth tip matters. Remember the 31-day daily high-impact planner I shared earlier? This is the perfect moment to bring it back because shielding your retirement from erosion isn't one giant move. It's a series of deliberate micro-decisions tracked over time. The planner shows you where you can carve out extra shift safely and build your value anchor step by step. Many people underestimate the power of simply tracking their choices. But over 31 days, you'll see a hidden pattern where your money leaks, where it can be protected, and how quickly your anchor can grow. Wouldn't you rather face October with a clear map than guess in the dark? And let me be honest, this silent erosion is only one part of the hidden picture. There's a deeper, more coordinated pattern emerging. One that explains why so many seniors are being targeted first and why the real danger begins after October. You deserve to know this because once you see it, you'll never look at your retirement money the same way again. And that revelation is coming next. Stay close. What I'm about to show you is the reason most people will either lose control of their retirement or protect it completely. It's the most important tip of all, the one no senior can afford to miss. There's something most seniors are never told. The biggest threat to their retirement money after October might not come from the outside world at all. It can come from inside their own plan. Here's the hidden pattern no one talks about. When retirement savings are left sitting passively, without a living safety net around them, small unexpected events can force you to liquidate funds at the worst possible moment. This is what quietly drains people's life savings even while the balance on paper still looks fine. Think of it like a beautiful old tree. The roots may look strong, but if the soil around it dries up, one sudden wind can topple it. Your retirement fund needs soil, a living, breathing support layer, not just numbers on a statement. That's why the fifth tip is this. Build a living safety net around your retirement money before October. It's a conscious strategy. It's about deliberately setting aside an ECTO, reach low volatility reserve. Something you can draw on instantly for life surprises, so you're never forced to touch your main retirement funds at the wrong time. It's not about hiding your money or moving it all somewhere else. It's about creating a buffer so your core stays untouched. When you have that safety net, you're no longer at the mercy of unexpected repairs, medical needs, or sudden family emergencies. If the patterns I'm seeing play out after October, sudden cost spikes in essentials, housing, utilities, medical supplies could hit at once. Without a living safety net, many seniors will be forced to dip into their main retirement accounts at a loss or at the exact time the value is weakest. Ask yourself honestly, do you have a liquid reserve outside your main retirement fund that covers at least a few months of living costs? Or are you relying on one single pool of money for everything? Drop your honest answer in the comments so others can see they're not alone. I have a net if you already have a buffer building now, if you're starting to create one. This isn't just for interaction. Your answer will actually wake someone else up who's watching and may save them from panic later. I recently heard from a retired nurse who had all her savings in one large account. When her home needed urgent repairs this year, she had no choice but to withdraw during a dip in her investments, losing thousands overnight. She told me, "I thought I was prepared. I wasn't." Her story isn't rare. It's the hidden consequence of not having a living safety net. Start small. Even a modest buffer built steadily over a few weeks can change everything. Use the 31-day daily high-impact planner I mentioned earlier. Each day, write down one small way to funnel a tiny amount into your living safety net. In just 1 month, you'll see a hidden pattern, how quickly you can build resilience without even touching your core funds. And please do your own research. Look into different safe liquid options. Compare them. Ask questions. Document what you learn. The act of researching alone will show you opportunities you've never considered. Wouldn't it feel powerful to go into October knowing you have a living safety net around your retirement money so you're not forced to touch your core at the worst time? Because most people won't hear this until it's too late. This is the hidden truth. No one tells seniors. A living safety net isn't a luxury. It's a shield. And in a time of rising volatility, that shield can mean the difference between independence and panic. If this makes sense, drop a comment with one of these so others can be inspired. Net secured if you've already built one. Starting my net if you're beginning now. Your comment will spark ideas and courage in someone else who's watching right now. And what's coming next is even more important. The deepest reason why seniors could lose their retirement money after October if they don't act, and the single most powerful way to stay protected. Stay with me. You can't afford to miss what's coming. There is a truth so few people ever hear, a truth hidden behind all the noise, and it's this. After October, the greatest danger to your retirement money may not be a market drop or some outside force. It may be a loss of real value in your own life. What do I mean? Money that sits disconnected from your daily reality is just numbers. If a sudden wave of unexpected costs or supply shortages hits, which patterns are already hinting at after October, you may find that the purchasing power of your money has quietly shifted. The paper looks the same, but what you can do with it changes. That's why so many seniors wake up one day to find their retirement security doesn't secure them at all. The hidden wisdom is this. Don't just guard your retirement money. Translate a portion of it into living value before it's tested. That could mean investing in your own resilience, stocking essential items you know you'll need, upgrading critical parts of your home while prices are stable, securing your health and skill sets so you're not forced into last-minute high-cost emergencies later. These are things you can see, touch, and use, not just numbers on a screen. This is not financial advice. This is about reclaiming power over your own future. The hidden pattern most seniors haven't been shown is that big shifts often happen quietly before a headline ever appears. By the time the news breaks, it's already too late to prepare. I'm sharing this now because looking at the patterns, I can tell October is a line in the sand for many people's lifestyles. Ask yourself how much of your retirement is actually positioned in real life in things, skills, health systems that no sudden spike in costs can take from you. Or is it all sitting in one single passive pile waiting to be tested? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm building value if you're already moving into this mindset. Starting now if you're just beginning. Your comment might be exactly what wakes someone else up tonight. I spoke with a retired teacher who realized during a supply shortage this year that she couldn't even get her daily medication on time. She had the money but not the access. Her words shook me. I thought money would protect me. I was wrong. That's when she started converting part of her savings into real usable assets for her daily life. She told me she sleeps better now than she has in years. You don't have to do everything at once. Small steps create unstoppable momentum. That's why I keep reminding you of the 31-day daily high-impact planner. Use it to write one action each day you can take to turn your retirement into living value step by step. In 1 month, you'll see your security shift from numbers on paper to something you can actually rely on. And please do your own research. Look for opportunities in your own life where you can create living value. Compare options. Ask questions. Document what you discover because no one else is telling you this. The media won't warn you about the loss of living value until it's already happened. This message had to reach you now so you're not caught unprepared. If you agree, drop one of these in the comments so we can build a community of people taking action together. Living value secured. If you've already started, I'm shifting now if you're moving in this direction. Your words will inspire someone else tonight. You've now learned one of the most hidden truths about retirement protection. But this is only the beginning. In my next video, I'll reveal even deeper hidden patterns most people don't see coming and show you how to strengthen your security in ways almost no one is talking about. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell right now so you don't miss what's coming. This is not a time to sit back. This is a time to act, learn, and prepare because your future deserves more than numbers. It deserves living value. Check my playlist for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.